Hey, it's Joy. I've got big feelings about little things, and I want to talk about it. Oh yeah, I'm mad about it. And the fact that everyone else is not up in arms about it is a big part of the problem. Oh, I bawled my eyes out, like I always do. It was the sweetest thing. Oh, it was the cutest thing. It was the funniest thing. Thanks for being here. Let's go. Hi. It is so good to be here. I am in a place where I just need my people. I need my people physically near me. I need my people on the phone. I need my people like sending me memes. I need to be sending them. I need my people around me. And I know we're all like that. And I tend to notice, I'm not sure if it's because I'm paying attention for this or something. I don't know, but I tend to notice that a lot of my people will be kind of going through similar things at similar times. And I'm noticing it right now. And so I have a sneaking suspicion, because you are my people as well, that at minimum, one of you is going through this as well. And we're going to, I don't know that we're going to resolve it today, but we're definitely going to look it straight in the face today, because my people are struggling. We are struggling remembering who we are, remembering what we're good at, remembering how we are gifted, remembering what we are on this planet for, remembering the impact that we have on our other people and those people that are within our radius. And I do want to fix it today. I actually want to turn it 180. I want you to finish this with a big list and a big ready to go do it and be it and impact. Like I do want to fix it, but we're going to at least start the process. So I have this friend, and I did not get her permission to tell this story, so I'm just not going to say her name. How about that? That's how you get around that. I know her from an older job. We worked kind of like near each other, but not on the same team. And I just thought she was unbelievable. And she was in like a leadership role. And I humbly went to her one day and was like, so like, I think you're awesome. Would you like mentor me or I don't know, tell me a book to read or like hang out with me? Can I just like sit with you? Can I anything? And that was I think a very bold choice, because I didn't see a lot of people in that organization doing that kind of thing. Or if they did, it was not shared. You know, I didn't know about that. Maybe it was happening all the time. I don't know. But I was just like, I think you're great, and I'd like to learn a little something from you. God gave to her with both hands. Do you know what I mean when I say that? Like, you know, a lot of people are like, you are so pretty, and that's about it. But you're so nice to look at. Or you are super, super smart. I really don't ever want to run into you outside of the house, you know? Stay in your lab or whatever. Like, everybody has something. But this person is gorgeous. Like, she's literally one of those that would like pull her hair out of a messy bun and it would look like she just had a blowout. And she's just a natural beauty. Also so very kind. When I approached her, and then anytime I spent time with her, she made me feel like she was so glad I was there, and so like very warm, very welcoming, very encouraging. And on top of it was she still is super, super smart. Like, she's one of those that you'd be like, yeah, if you want to run the whole organization, you want to run the whole state, you want to run the whole school, hospital, business, I trust you. She can put the pieces together, but she can also see down on this little level, here's why you guys are struggling with this, and here's what we're not doing for you that you need done. Like she could figure it out. Like she's probably one of those people that came up with like the Chick-fil-A drive-through line deal. Whatever that process is. And honestly, why aren't we hiring that team? Like the Chick-fil-A, you got your stuff taken care of. Thank you so much. Thank you for the chicken. We need that team now. We'll pay you a handsome amount to like let us have that team. And then they need to go figure out some other stuff in our world that is not working. And we need to turn that into lunchtime at Chick-fil-A. Okay? Those brains, we need those on some other projects, like quite a few nationwide. You know, she could easily be one of those. And so to me, when I look at her from the outside, I just think how cool would it be to be that person and be able to fix so many people's problems and just walk around with my blowout and be so nice and everybody be glad I walked into the room. But we chatted the other day and she said, I'm really struggling. I'm working with someone that doesn't see what I bring to the table. She doesn't let me do anything. She's kind of just a control freak instead of letting me go and be and do and be myself and do the things I'm really good at. And it's kind of getting to me to where I think maybe she's right. And I seriously was like, if this woman right here, this person that I admire so much and would think, how could you ever question anything about what you have and what you have to offer? If this person is struggling, then I know every single person must struggle at some point. Because the rest of us, yes, God gave to us, but sometimes he just did it with one hand or just like a little quick flick. Like, you've got that. That's about all you're going to get. So I think that's very normal for like a normal person to wonder, especially during times when it's like, well, I haven't really plugged into like where I'm shining, in my community. I'm not really I haven't really connected to the people that need me, or if I'm looking for a job where I can kind of do the things I need to do, or if I want to meet the people that I want to do stuff with in life, that I want to like do my art with, or I want to do whatever it is that you're doing. If you haven't met those people or you haven't really plugged into where that is, it can feel very much like, is it because there's not a place for me? Is it because there aren't people for me? Is it because there's not a lane for me to do this in? And if you're in that place, let me just tell you, no, that is not the case. Not even a little bit. You are, I believe, designed. If you don't believe in God and you don't believe in us being created by him, you can fill in your own words. That's not really what's important here. But this is me telling you what I know to be true. God made you very specifically and put you through some very specific circumstances so that you would today, right now, have a certain gift to give to your family, your friends, maybe your coworkers, maybe somebody you come across in your life today, maybe a stranger on the elevator, maybe, I don't know who. That part I'm not aware of. But God has gifted you probably with even more than one thing. I want you to stop and reflect and remind yourself what you're gifted in. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm not gifted, it doesn't mean that you have to be able to play the you're classically trained on the piano. It doesn't mean that. You don't have to be specifically an artist. I think when we were growing up in school, they're better about this today. But I think when like the Gen Xers and stuff were, and particular, gosh, for sure the boomers were growing up, it was like, if you're smart at math or science or English, then you're smart and everybody else, not so much. But we know that your gifting, your smarts, the way that you know how to be in the world can look like a million different things. It might look like math. It might look like science. You might be a really, really great doctor, and that's easy to see, like how you are able to give back to society. That's kind of like an obvious one. Like, oh, sick people need a good doctor. Oh, I'm a good doctor. Okay. We don't all have that black and white of gifting sometimes. Some people's gifting is to host. And while that looks like you may be a good cook to make some food that someone would like, or you have a well-decorated house that people like to come to and look at, to create a space where people feel warm and welcome and safe is huge. It is huge. And if that is your gifting, you do not have to be throwing a party for you to use that in the world. You can use that washing your hands in a public bathroom and talking to the girl next to you that looks like she needs, that 2-minute chat. She needs that 2-minute, girl, you got this chat. That sometimes is way more helpful than a whole night of a party for me. Sometimes I do need a stranger to be like, girl, I don't know what's going on, but you got this. And mean it. And if that's your gifting, please do not be afraid to do it. Some people's gifting is to figure out what might go wrong and do all the things to prevent it from happening. My sister is amazing at that. And it's, it's not the sexiest of skills, but my gosh, if we could figure out the amount of pain and suffering and accidents and problems and irritations that she's prevented over a lifetime, I bet that would be a very funny gag reel for sure. There are people who are excellent readers and will read 80 books. Well, I'm going to say 80 books a year. That's probably not even a lot to someone that reads a lot of books. I don't know. I get through maybe 2. And last year, both of the books I read are because I either follow someone on Instagram or know someone that wrote a book. That's what I read those books. I'm being supportive. I would never, maybe they read, I don't know, 150 books. I don't even know. But there are people that read. And the benefits they have are, here's something cool I read. And also, hey, are you a person that only reads 3 books a year? This is the one. Let me save you some time. You don't have to read these 4-star, 3-star, this one's horrible. This is the one that you want. And there are people that are so good at filtering through stuff like that and helping you. I had a friend that her true, honest to goodness gifting is makeup. She's not a makeup artist. But for my birthday one year, I was like, instead of getting me a present, will you come with me to Ulta? She's like, yeah, I wish you'd asked 4 years ago. Yes, let's go. Actually, we probably need to do that again. I need to gather up some money. But whatever it is that you are gifted at, there are tons of other people that are not. And I am challenging you to step into that, be bold, and go do that. There is too much going on in our world right now, and way too many influences that are pulling our attention, pulling our attention away, trying to get us distracted with this and that. And I'm getting kind of weary of it. So for me, what I'm doing, I'm coming back to like my center. And I encourage you to do the same. One of my words for the year is bold. And I want to boldly be exactly who I am, exactly who I was made to be, exactly what I am supposed to bring to the table. If you're trying to be like someone else, at absolute best, you're going to be a second-rate them because they were made to be them. But you're made to be you. And I understand this probably sounds so cliche, but I don't care. It's cliche because it's true. Be who you are made to be. Now, I was having a conversation with a friend who was saying, I am not quite sure I know like what I want or or how I want to show up or what it is that I'm really, really good at. And that's pretty fair these days, right? We have had a lot of voices. We have a lot of people speaking to us and about us and over us, and we get a lot of feedback at work, and we hear from our therapist, and we hear from our family, all the things that are wrong with us and what we need to work on and what are our weaknesses. And we got to go work on this area so that we can tighten this up over here. You might need to get a little quiet, like quiet, meaning the phone is away, the AirPods are out, and it's just you and your maker. And you might have to get through some uncomfortable silence at first. Some people journal, maybe some people do well with music, but you need to get to a place where you can get back in touch with that so that you can show up in that way. And I want to say, if for some reason you are not thinking to yourself, I got to think back. I got to remember. If you are truly sitting there, washing your dishes, doing your laundry, whatever it is you're doing right now, and you're thinking to yourself, I wish I were good at even one thing. I'm not good at anything. I'm not gifted in any way. I don't have this special thing to bring to the table. Stop and listen to me for just a second. If that thought is in your mind, first of all, reach out to me because I likely know what you're gifted at. That's another thing I'm gifted at, is knowing what other people are gifted at. So you reach out to me. But if that honest thought is in your mind, I want you to make an appointment with a therapist. And when they say, hi, thanks for being here, what are you here for? I want you to say, I was having a conversation with my friend. Or you can tell them it was a podcast. I don't care. Tell them you were having a conversation with a friend. We were talking about what we're good at, what we're gifted at, and how we're going to show up for that. And I could not think of one thing I'm good at. And y'all unpack that. Because it's not true. So unpack a little bit why you can't see it and why you think that, and go over the list of the things that you are good at. If you have a therapist worth their salt, they will do that with you. And I'm very serious. Now, if you're thinking like, I can't remember, or I think I'm this, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, but if you literally think to yourself, I'm not good at one thing, you need to reach out to somebody about that. Because we got to start somewhere. I want 2026 to be the year that we show up and show out so much that we lessen the chaos around us, and everything that is not working well, everything that is not going our way, kind of fades a little bit into the background because we are so busy doing and being not our best selves, in the sense that we got a to-do list done today and we were very productive. No, being your best self, and that you know what it is that you do well, and you're looking for every opportunity in the world to do it. And honestly, if that ends up with like another Chick-fil-A lunchtime drive-through situation, like all the better for all of us, right?
Thanks for listening to Little Things, Big Feelings with Joy Delaney. I'm James, the producer, editor, director, and executive producer. Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Honestly, forget TikTok. I don't even know how to use it
You don't even
anyway.
know how to use it anyway.
James?
Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram and Facebook. See you next week.